So Sharon,
Yes.
once again, thanks for inviting us to your farm to see what you're doing. Now, this poultry farming, how did you start? Was it an idea? Did you see someone else? And why poultry farming?
Um, hmm. Let me start by saying I've been in employment for a very long time, about 15 years plus. And sometimes you sit down and think about some retirement plans, some side hustle, stuff like that. So I remember one day I was watching TV and I saw a documentary on our deputy president's poultry farming in Eldoret or
Yeah.
somewhere. So I got interested. I got interested and I started visiting our farmers within. I had friends who were doing poultry farming, and of course, I went to visit people who were doing pigs and cattle farming. When I compared the two, I realized I can handle poultry farming because of the size of land I have, the space I have, and in terms of what can I say, involvement.
Yeah, work required didn't look too
Yes,
bad for you.
yes. It didn't look too bad. It's something that I could do both. I can start while still in employment, and without, I don't have to quit to come and start doing my my farming.
Yeah.
So we sat down with my husband and we looked around. We looked around structures. How people have done their structures, how much money is required to do all that, and we started. We just started.
Yeah. At that time, were you thinking profit? A lot of people say when they want to start like farming, they are thinking already at the end game. I'll be a millionaire. I'll make lots of money. Was that driving? Were you thinking, hey, lakini nitapata pesa mingi? Or were you just thinking, let me just start and see?
Of course, you cannot just jump into it blindly because you have to look at the end game. Surely, am I going to to benefit from this thing?
Yeah.
Or I'm just, it's gonna be some hobby, something you're doing just to keep yourself busy. But when we did our calculations and of course comparing with what other people are doing, we realized it's not a bad business. It is not a bad business. There's profit at the end of it.
Yeah.
With proper management and proper guidance. There are challenges, yes, but with proper management and proper guidance.
Yeah, and I'll come to challenges. So now you've thought, you've seen it's possible.
Yes.
You've looked and done a feasibility study, and you like what you see. How did you start? What was the first step out?
The first step out was now the structure. Okay. Given that the place we live in is not okay, you have to do something nice. We didn't want to do something very simple, just mabati. So we had to look for money.
You wanted something decent.
Something decent to make at least the place even look nice. And then because our farms are small and we are closer to neighbors, you don't want to do things that will make the whole place look ugly. So we looked for a design. Me and my husband got a design of the structure, and we started pole. We started pole building the structure. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because we are getting into something we don't know.
Yeah, we're not so sure about the next corner in Akaji.
Yes. But once we were done with the structure, the next thing was now getting the chicks. So this was a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Both of us are very new in this. So what we decided to do, we got a professional, a guy who's been doing chicken farming, a guy who's been employed in a company, a big company, and we paid him to come and now start because the chicks are very delicate.
Yeah.
Very
People say
delicate.
that, yeah.
They're beautiful, yes. When you look at them, they're very beautiful and you just love them, but they are delicate. They're more delicate than even a baby. So we had to get somebody who's at least a professional, so that by him taking care of these chicks from the first weeks, at least you also learn from him.
Yeah.
So and it was a good for 6. Is it about 5 months? Yeah, 5 months. We learned a lot from him, and we somehow became experts as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those first days.
Yes.
Because they do say that most of the people who venture out into business,
yes,
they break out in the first 3 months of business. They give up. They say it's too much. Did you undergo some challenges that made you think, did we really do the right thing here?
Yeah. Because number one, chicken, you don't sleep through the night. You have to wake up when they are still. The first few weeks, you have to wake up and be there, make sure the temperature is okay, the lighting is okay, and at that time we didn't have a generator. So when the lights go off,
you panic.
You panic because they're so used to. Okay, when they're small, you have to light the room, the coop throughout. Throughout, yes.
Why is that?
I think for growth or something.
Heat, nini.
Yeah. There's heat, especially. Okay, there are some special bulbs you buy that heat the room. So you have to monitor the temperature, make sure it's. And as they grow, you change gradually. Even the lighting, you change gradually as they grow. So there are other things that you don't foresee, like electricity bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something that maybe at the end of the month you're slapped to the bill and you're like, what? This is about 30,000. Yeah. I did not see
the first bill must have been shocking, eh?
It was really shocking. Really shocking. But you know, since you're in it and you've decided, you've taken the risk, you've made up your mind, we had to just press on. Another thing is feeds. For the first 6 months, you know, you're just getting money from your pocket to feed them. There is no return. They're not laying it because mine are layers, so they're not laying it. So you have to feed them. And if you underfeed them, that is a challenge we had because at some point they were underfed. So they delayed in laying.
Oh, they get now their stunted growth.
That's another challenge when you're not so informed.
Yeah. And there's a balance you must maintain.
You must maintain. Yes. We have mine. I got them from Kenchik. The chicks are from Kenchik, so they give you like a chart of everything. The way you maintain the lighting, how much water they need to take. So you have to maintain that. So you see now, like the challenge of you being at work and somebody is just managing and you're not there. Some of these things, if they're not monitored well,
things fall apart.
Yeah. But anyway, we managed at some point. You have to get a vet every time, like every month, to come and check.
Yeah.
And assist you in advice and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you mentioned you have layers. Is there a particular reason why you didn't go for broilers as opposed to layers? Some guys say, and is there, did you try and study both? Did you just like layers more? Did you have a particular reason or it was just choice?
The reason why we went for layers is because, layers are long term. Long term, you get money for a longer period. Broilers are quick. You get quick money,
Yeah.
Is it 4 or 5 months? You sell all of them.
Yeah.
And
then you have to go through the drama of chicks again.
You see, but now for the layers, I have like another 2 years. You sit down and get the eggs. And then before they start dropping, I can have time to start another flock. So by the time I'm disposing this, the other flock is ready.
Yeah.
You see, so you can maintain a, what do we call, like a circle.
Like a circle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can make sure that at any given time you have eggs.
Yeah, that's very good because you really looked at it from the business cycle, the model completely.
Yes. Continuity. Other than, after 4 months or 5 months, I dispose and I start afresh. I noticed it's not very easy.
Yeah. So now you have you started off. You got your layers. The months are going by. You're still pouring money into it.
Yes.
It feels like the never-ending pit where you're just and still you're not thinking, I'll get out. What are you thinking at this point? 6 months in, no profit. What's running through your minds?
I think it all depends on how you started. How determined were you? How ready were you for this? By the way, at some point you got to a point whereby you realize, oh my goodness, I don't even have money for the feeds. And you can't tell the cuckoos, I don't have, there's no food today, you just take water. So you have to maintain a good relationship with the person who's supplying you feeds, okay? So that when you're down or by the time you're starting to get your returns, at least it can support you. Because for when they start, it doesn't mean that they start laying once and all of them lay. You can even get one egg. When they start laying, you get one chicken is laying, then tomorrow 2 eggs, 3 eggs. So it takes time before you centralize or you get at least to some percentage. That makes sense. So the most important thing is just to maintain a good relationship with your suppliers.
Yeah.
So that when you're down, before you start getting your returns, at least they're there to support you.
Yeah. How long now since you started the first time?
The first time. This is we started. I started it last year. Was it last year August? Yeah, last year August is when I brought in the chicks.
Yeah. So you're just about to get into 1 year.
1 year, yes.
What do you think now, looking back at the last 10 or so months, 9 months it looks like, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Just looking back from where you started and where you are right now, how do you feel about the process now?
At the moment,
what lessons do you think have sprung out for you?
Okay, at the moment, let me say I can't complain because at least I got in when the prices for eggs, or my chicken started laying, the prices for eggs were good. So at least that was an encouragement, because sometimes these prices go really low, and that is I think that's the worst. Like now, prices are terrible. But when we started, maybe about that around March, no, not March, February. From February, the prices were really good. So even paying for the feeds and getting your returns and your profits was very easy.
It was very okay.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we started big. I think we were a bit ambitious. We started with about 1,500 chicken. That's a lot for a starter. That was a big number. But so far,
you had faith.
We had faith and determination.
Yeah, that this was gonna work.
1,500. We realized later, kumbe, it wasn't very easy.
Yeah. This first, let me just ask. This first, the first time you broke even or made profits, how did you feel?
Okay.
That first time when you finally, after months of putting in money, then you realize, hey, now this month, these chicks have been able to support themselves.
So, after, let me just take you back a little bit. After we started, now after, was it about last year November? They were just about to start laying. Okay, from where I live to where I was working then, it's a long commute. It's a long commute. I was doing about 106 kilometers every day.
Wow.
106 every day. So I realized I'm putting in a lot of energy.
That's long, yeah. You're going.
I sat down and realized, come on, whatever I'm doing, the energy I'm putting, the determination, the zeal for work and everything, why can't I do it to make me or build me? So that's when I realized, no, come on, let me just resign.
Get into this fully.
Yeah, and get into this fully. So last year, November, I just decided to quit and come out and dedicated myself into the poultry farming.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy I had, because I had learned enough, I decided, let me just do it myself.
Yeah.
Not even with a casual or something. I'm just feeding them, cleaning, doing everything. So I did that for about 3 months.
Yeah.
It was interesting because I wanted to learn, hands-on.
You're not scared. People are really scared of that. They do something, then they're like, hey, but can I really go in fully? And they're like, wacha ningoje mwezi ingine. Let me see next year.
It okay.
Tuone vile itaenda.
It was a bit scary, but I think sometimes you need to take that risk. In life, sometimes you just need to take that risk and just face it. If it works, then having faith in God is also very important. Yeah. So I just decided it had never crossed. I didn't think about quitting for like several months. No.
It was
I just served my notice and that was it.
So you're out. How did that go? And the guy who has been helping you is also out.
It was interesting.
Now it's you.
It was interesting. It was very interesting
because
the chickens, my goodness, it was very interesting because realizing that you have to push the wheelbarrow. 70 kilos of feeds.
Yeah.
Because at that time, whatever I was keeping, my storage place and my chicken coop was a bit not at the same place. So you had to push the wheelbarrow. The first time I was pushing that wheelbarrow, I was like, really? Is this what I was getting into?
I hear you. We're going to cut on that note. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Talking Points. Don't go away.